So today we're going to be drawing out our self-portraits, and you should each have a photograph of yourself that's only half of yourself. So on this photograph, you'll see a white border that goes around your picture. We want to extend this white border, and you can take a ruler and line it up with the edge of the picture and come almost to the next edge of the paper, but not quite, because we want to also mimic that edge over here. Okay, so we're going to just take our ruler and go around the edge of the paper like so. And again, we're not going to go quite all the way to the bottom on this one. And then I'm going to turn my paper one more time and get the bottom edge. Okay, once we've done that, we're actually going to take a piece of masking tape and tape off those edges as well. So from the orange drawer of the rainbow cart, I got a roll of masking tape, and I'm going to take a piece and I don't want to press it down so hard that the tape will stay forever, because when I'm done with the color portion of this activity, I'm going to take it off. So I'm just lightly going to press it down, and I'm going to leave, I'm not going to wrap it all the way around. When I fold my tape over, I'm just going to cover the tape. So I'm not going to come over the paper. I'm just going to come over the tape so that it doesn't stick to everything else in the portfolio when we store it while we're working on it. Okay. And it's not going to be perfect, and that's okay. If it's not perfect, we're not going to worry about that. But we're going to take all of our edges. You should probably pause the video here so that you too can take all of your edges, and then we'll be back together once you finish. You can hit pause again to unpause the video, and we'll be back together. Okay, now that your edges are taped off, I didn't bother to do this one because I'm not going to be doing any coloring on that side, but if you did, that's okay. Now it's time to actually draw out our self-portraits. And as you notice, you only have half a face showing. That's okay, no worries. So you also have a photograph of yourself to work with, but we're going to try first to go off of symmetry. So the face itself is symmetrical, meaning that what is on one side is also on the other side. So we have half a nose here, we have half a nose here, we have one eye here, we have one eye here, half a mouth, and so forth. So what we're going to do is we're going to take these strips of paper. I have several strips of paper cut. We're going to take a strip of paper, and we are going to, let's say I want to measure out, this is going to measure without a ruler. So let's say I want to measure out where the centermost part of the eye is. All right, so all I'm going to do is hold it there and come over here and make a crease with the edge of the picture. So now I can just flip it over and line that crease up, and I'm going straight across, okay? So here's that corner of my eye. I lined my crease up there. I'm going to take my pencil, and I'm going to lightly make the corner of my eye, all right? Then for let's say the pupil, all right? I'm going to take this guy and line it up with the center of the pupil. I could even make a mark if it's easier than creasing. And then I'm just going to slide it over. That's my distance. And the center of the pupil is a little up, so I'm going to put that there. So that's the center of my pupil. All right. Now I'm going to come all the way over to the corner of the eye, not the surrounding part that holds the eyeball in, but the corner of the eyeball itself. I'm going to line it up. I think I like making this little line a little better. So then I'm going to take this over here, and that's the corner of the eyeball. And then I'm going to go to the corner of the eye socket and make my little line and slide it over here. All right, now I'm ready to do the top. So I'm just going to line it up. You could also do this with a ruler, but I'm just going to line it up. And above my pupil, I'm going to make a mark. So that's how tall the eye is. Then I'm going to come down here and line it up. And below the pupil, I'm going to make a mark. And that's how, from here to here is how tall the eye is. Now I can duplicate the shape. So I'm just going to curve like so. This is the actual eyeball shape. This is the eye socket. It's where like the eye line comes out. That goes up and curves. Now I can approximate, or I can measure and see how far to the iris. So if I wanted to measure, it's about here. And make that curve and this curve. And then I can do my pupil here. Now I can kind of just guess without measuring the crease for the eyelid. And so this is how we measure our face, the features of our face. If I wanted to measure the hairline, I would just come over to the hairline, make my mark. If I wanted to measure the chin, I could make a dot here and 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 a dot here, and back and forth until I make a dot-to-dot puzzle of the shape of the face. And I'm going to do that all the way down until I have it sketched out. And that's all you do.